the darkness of the darkness here. Um, the dark of the moon, as you would say, as things in the past have surfaced for R. Kelly, and he's wide awake over these accusers that are charging him that he overpowered them and that he molested them or whatever when they were young. When there's evidence that R. Kelly has been involved with a lot of people who weren't his age group. We have we see him lie constantly. While he has rebuked all comments of and said that it's not him, uh, there is history behind these allegations. Robert Kelly himself is a good artist, and at the moment of time when he was accused, he uh, rejected all claims that there was any abuse in his life. While in his life in early ages stages there was. Now what we do know is that we see psychological uh, changes in memories and minds when we are young, and while our brain is developing, if there's a dramatic event taking place, it shapes the equilibrium of the brain, the receptors, and everything that's going on, to either a person having these thoughts and nightmares or whatever when they're teenagers all the way to adult life. It's scientifically proven, while other people do not approve of these findings. They want to see science prove otherwise. Now, let me read to you guys this article because it's very important. This might shape how cases that have taken place, but they're gonna resurface in the future. So this could mean law can change if they end up prosecuting Mr. Kelly. This can change future scandals, abuses. You know, they could be reopened if they're closed. Okay, so New York Associated Press. R. Kelly wrote a letter threatening to reveal embarrassing details of a woman's sexual history if she didn't drop a lawsuit accusing him of sexual abuse. The woman and her lawyer said Monday in the letter. A person identifying himself as R. Kelly warned the lawyer for this woman, Faith Rogers, as she persisted with the suit. She would be subject to public opinion. The letter said the singer would demand medical documentation of her claims that he gave her herpes, forced her to turn over texts and social media posts, and have 10 personal male witnesses testify under oath about her sex life. If Ms. Rogers really cares about her own reputation, she would cease her participation in association with the organizers of the negative campaign, the letter said. A lawyer for R. Kelly in Chicago, Steve Greenberg, denied the letter's authenticity, saying it looks fake. It's obvious it was not authored or signed by Mr. Kelly nor sent on his behalf. Greenberg said he doesn't write letters. The letter was sent on October to one of the Rogers lawyers in New York. And I lost my place. A few weeks after the singer was served with a lawsuit accusing him of demeaning her, locking her in rooms and vehicles, and subjecting her to non-permissive, painful, and abuse sex, Rogers, 21, said that met Kelly as a 19-year-old after a concert in San Antonio. She participated in the recent aired Lifetime documentary Surviving R. Kelly, and that's a show, which cataloged years of accusations against the singer. We are here today to let Mr. Kelly know in no uncertain terms that he cannot and will not intimidate his alleged victim into keeping silent about their allegations. One of her lawyers, Gloria Allred, said at the news conference Monday, no woman should be victim shamed, harassed, or retailed against because she asserted her rights and spoke her truth, Rogers added. The Associated Press does not typically name the people alleging sexual abuse unless they come forward publicly, as Rogers has done. Kelly has vehemently denied any wrongdoing at all. The letter sent to Rogers, New York law. Lydia Hills also lectured her in sometimes nonsensical terms about her understanding of the law. This is to enlighten you concerning the presumption of court appearances that you may not be aware of, since attorneys are taught a color of law and non-canon common law. Color of law is not law. It's fiction for corporate fiction of which I am not. The letter write added later that I am exempt and not subject to this court, so I don't know why you are even addressing me. Also, on Monday, the Chicago Tribune published a story detailing court records it obtained on July lawsuits seeking payments of $174,000 in back rent and other costs for his Chicago recording studio. The documents included a signed eviction notice, which was put on hold until January 21 for Kelly because the studio has been site of recent problems against Kelly, with those involved calling promoters to stop booking his concerts. So, what's happening for Kelly, and the notice for him to say that it wasn't him. Robert Kelly knows he's in a pickle right now. He he's like Trump. He's cornered. All the stuff is coming out. Everything that was done in the dark. All the lives he has destroyed. They all have meaning and one connection to Robert Kelly. While he didn't perceive at the moment to be at that age to have those women around him, because he is a great singer and an artist, they perceived him as somebody who is elevated at some, because he had all these record deals. He was involved with Michael Jackson, with Lady Gaga, with who knows, maybe he is a great artist in no sense, but there's two people to Robert Kelly. There's the singer, and then there's a private man. The thing about it is that everything is catching up to him, and he has nowhere to go. Uh, the accusers are accusing him of wrongdoing, or maybe they're not. Maybe they just want to get famous. But the details are there. They already know he did it. Why he has these tapes have surfaced, and everything's coming out of the dark. Now, whether these women are telling the truth or not, it doesn't matter. There's proof already. If they're accusing him in the wrong way, those females will get prosecuted for false statements under oath. Now, the lawyers are manufacturing details of, wow, she did this, she didn't do this. They don't know. They weren't there. All they're doing is their jobs at representing clients. Now, criminal law does state that there's a procedure of how they're going to do this, because R. Kelly does have $1 million left out of the $80 billion that he started with Aaliyah, which Aaliyah was 16 when they got married. At that moment they weren't supposed to get married, but he did make her into a great artist. Her music is there. Her music is still selling. At any moment I could buy Aaliyah's music, but since it goes to R. Kelly, I am not, because he is within the rights to have all the earnings of Aaliyah's music and everything in her name going to him. That's the reason he hasn't gone broke, bro. Now, going broke out of the 80 billion, he's already broke, but he's not broke. He still has 1 million, which he's gonna have to give lawyers to pay it off. The reason he got to that that statute to that much money is because he had to pay off the woman to keep silent, just like Trump, and it is legal. Now, the reason they're gonna stay quiet is to help them not go to court. Sometimes when they go to court, they lose way more than what they get paid. Now, in the meanwhile, we do see that R. Kelly himself has a little problem to what his decision making skills are. He just likes younger women, and in other countries that's not illegal. Over here, it is legal. He's being accused of a lot of abuse charges with women, like assault. But if this was happening at the time, this woman didn't come out because at that time they wouldn't believe her. Now, because there's a documentary series called Surviving R. Kelly, and it comes out with his name on it. Uh, these documentaries are subject to, he could take them down if he wanted because they have his name on it. Now, because it is a documentary, it does go under the education, you know, the education exemption for fair use for educational purposes. That's what he can't take away. He can detail it to where it doesn't say his name, but he's not smart enough for that. He doesn't have knowledge like that to teach him to sue and then take monetary earnings from that and then funnel those monies because it has his name on it. Because his name does have monetary value. It is a public figure. He can do that, but you know he's not smart enough. And if you're listening to Robert Kelly, I wouldn't advise you to do it because then you would be subject and held by federal law under the statute codes to, if you intervene, it'll be like intervening with the obstruction of justice, saying, okay, they will cite you for it, and you will be opening yourself up for more lawsuits from the people who created the documentary series, and you'll lose even more. Like I advise you. Now, while more things are surfacing for R. Kelly, we can't take the mind off this subject that most of these are shams. Most of these accusers are shams. They just want the quick uh, the to get famous. Like let's say like okay, so well even like I mean let's think about this through. Lady Gaga did some music with R. Kelly, and this was way before Lady Gaga got big, right? So she already knew about what's happening, but and now that this R. Kelly thing is surfacing, she wants a Grammy or Emmy or Golden Globes or whatever she wants, and she's doing that. Like that's, I don't think it's politically correct to say that she is using that excuse to win one. She's just doing the right thing. Now, whether she wants to win one or not, that's based on her career, and her music will say a lot if she combines uh, with her staff to make great music to connect with people, and then she actually wins the Grammy or Golden Globe or whatever she wants to get on her own with her own skills, right? Now, people are backing out of the R. Kelly uh, debuts because of the reputation that he has and what's going to drive costs down, and that's correct for people to do. Now, I just don't believe that it's at the wrong time. It's been more than 2 years. These accusers have. It's been too much time that they haven't came out, and they had time to explain the situation to the police and come up with the uh, with the indictments and everything that they need. It's just the statute of limitations limited to 2 years from the time that things happened to when they didn't. It all depends. But I mean, what do you guys think? Do you guys think the documentary series are real? Do you think they're a sham? If they were fake, then R. Kelly could subject them to be taken down because then that would be like he would have a lien against them. He could take them down, subject a judge could subject those documentaries to destroying his reputation. But since nothing has happened, it gives us the details of maybe that's real. Who knows? But if R. Kelly has already threatened two staff members with taking down those series. I haven't seen any new episodes, so let's see what happens. If you guys think this stuff about R. Kelly is going away, it's not. Like and subscribe. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this is real, good, bad? Is it a sham, or should I take down the story? You think R. Kelly's gonna sue me? Like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. I don't care. And you guys have a great day. Peace out.